Questions?
John, you're proud of the team's resiliency down the stretch. They kept pushing you, and you never let them get in front. You're able to kind of just push back every time.
I don't know about that. I think we had a cushion.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether we pushed back at all.
Your offensive rebounding, 20-9, is that something you had worked on, this week during practice?
I mean, we've been talking about and focusing on rebounding in general. So, I mean, it's not necessarily something we focused on this week, but, we realize we have to continue to be a better rebounding team. We wanted to limit them. I hadn't even looked at it. They are a very good offensive rebounding team.
It was 20-9.
So I guess if we're looking for positives for today, that can be a positive. We generally got 9. I don't know what they average, but a large chunk of their offense usually comes off of second shots.
They were able to get 3 looks off the drive and kick.
Yes.
Is that something
that we need to work on? We need to pay attention and we need to listen so that stops happening.
John, they got loose for 11 on threes in the second half. Same thing happened against Kansas. What is that a point of concern for you at this point?
Absolutely.
And what has to be fixed too?
The same thing I just said to him. Yeah. It's the same. And they got too many open looks when our goal was to not let them get threes, and they get threes. And so we need to work on it. We need to listen. We need the reps. We need to talk about it. We need to watch film. We need to practice against it. You sit here and say you come away with a win, great. But our defensive execution was not where it needs to be.
Your freshman 13-0 made key plays under the 24-second mark or whatever. How do you think they performed today?
They were okay. I think we're at the point of the year now where all of our freshmen, we need to stop talking about them as being freshmen. They played significant minutes. They played in big games. They played in key situations. I'm sitting here now trying to remember what LJ and Paul did.
13 ran the shooter off, with the winning shooter off the three-point line. We let him shoot. LJ hit some free throws down there.
Okay. We all have to do more of that, running the three-point shooter off the line and making our free throws.
Offensively, you guys have 38 in the first half. You're going for a nice pace, and you had the last 7 or 8 minutes, though, the offense kind of went away. What did something change for you guys on that end, or was it just the momentum swung their way? And
I got to go back and look at the tape. It's probably a little bit of everything. I said to our guys, we have to get to the point where if we have a bad defensive possession, it can't turn into a bad offensive possession. If you have a bad offensive possession, it can't turn into a bad defensive possession. I think we were a little frustrated with the shots that they were getting that may have affected us on offense. But that can't happen. That can't happen. Now, they did a good job. That zone slowed us down a little bit. We got some easy shots that didn't go in. We wanted to make a concerted effort to get it inside and penetrate, which DeBrill did a good job of, and get to the foul line. But we just have to do a better job of moving the ball. I thought we were too stagnant. Against their zone, and we're working it.
On another positive note, you made 14 of 15 free throws in the second half, including the 4 in the last few seconds, and that has been at times this year a struggle from the line.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, you can take anything away from that aspect. I guess in particular, Aaron, he makes all 4 of his free throws today. It's only obviously not percentage-wise, typically a very good free throw shooter.
I'm glad he made them, obviously. I don't repeat.
You guys were able to get early offense in the first half, get that lead, and then it kind of waned a little bit. Is that something that you told your guys second half to concentrate on, get that early offense?
No, we wanted to. When you can get out and run when you get stops and rebounds. We stopped getting stops. We have a team that is very good in transition. We want to look to get out and run every possession if we can. And so I thought that a couple things happened in the first half. I thought that the person with the ball did a good job of snapping it ahead instead of holding it and trying to make a play. And I thought that our wings, and probably most notably A.B. Jabril, Paul maybe once or twice, LJ, got out and ran.
Questions for Jabril?
Jabril rebounding, you had 10 double-double talked about the fact that you guys did have a good edge on there. How key was that for you guys today?
I think it was very key. I just wanted to attack the boards on offense and defense. I think I had 4 offensive rebounds, but I was able to keep some plays alive, and that's what I'm going to continue to do as well. So that was key for us today.
Bill, when a 16-point lead gets down to 1, kind of what's the thought process for you guys to kind of just tighten up a little bit there down the stretch?
You just got to stay composed. You can't start getting flustered or things like that. You got to stay composed because that's what good teams do, and if you want to be a good team, you got to be able to pull games out like that against teams like this and bigger teams.
Devontae fouls out with about 2 minutes left in the game. What did you guys talk about at that point, and what did you kind of maybe learn about your team without him on the court in those final minutes?
We talked about just not letting them get any threes off, and then we didn't execute that.
Bill, what has to get better defensively, as Coach was alluding to, he wasn't happy with the defensive intensity.
We got to pay attention to personnel. And we knew 15 wanted to drive and dish. He wasn't really having a game, like a good game scoring-wise. He was finding his teammates, and we knew that's what he wanted to do. We talked about that in practice. So we let them get some wide open shots. We need to be there on them three-point shots. So that's what we're going to work on and get back to practice.
Any other questions?
I also think just want to put out, he just alluded to it. You got to give credit where credit is due. Henry is a really good player, and he's one of these guys you can look at the stat sheet, and sometimes it shows his effect on the game is seen in the stat sheet. Sometimes it's not. But his ability to understand when he has to make a play, he always makes plays for him. I told him that all week, and it's not always scores for them, but you see over and over again when, probably most of those threes we gave up, it was him getting in there, stopping, pivoting, till someone breaks down and then finding the right man. And you look at tapes of him, he's done that over and over again, and the decision making that he makes is at a high level.
Thank you.
Thank you.